Shifting our attention to our neighborhood, Bangladesh votes today in what is being described as one of South Asia's most consequential elections this year. Polling commences across 299 parliamentary constituencies from 7:30 a.m. this morning to 4:30 p.m. with counting to begin immediately after voting ends. The vote comes 18 months after a student-led uprising forced former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina from power. The main contest is between Tarique Rahman's Bangladesh Nationalist Party, the BNP, and the Islamic. Observers expect a BNP victory but predict that Jamaat could deliver its strongest performance yet. This as Sheikh Hasina's Awami League has been banned from contesting the polls. So that leaves the BNP as the main political force in the race, along with the previously banned Islamic. In fact, the front-runner is widely seen as Tarique Rahman, the 60-year-old son of former Prime Minister Khaleda. Mr. Rahman recently returned to Dhaka after 17 years in self-imposed exile. On the other hand, stands the Jamaat, which is now saying ties with India are a priority. As you can tell, the outcome will of course shape Bangladesh's domestic politics, but also the region's strategic balance. Saurabh Gupta has been tracking all the latest developments for us. He joins us live from Dhaka this morning. Saurabh, you're on the streets in Dhaka this morning. Is this looking like it's going to be a high-energy polling day or a quiet, cautious one?
Well, it seems like there is going to be a turnout, and that, of course, is not going to be a worry, even though the Awami League has flagged that its voters are not going to vote. But you can see, of course, this is one of the main polling centers, the Gulshan Model High School and College. And here, of course, you can see the crowd of voters, also the crowd of media, because this is where a lot of the VIPs are going to vote, including, people who are like like Tarique Rahman and others. Now, if I can ask my camera person to show you the line outside this entire center. This voting center line is quite long. The queue is quite long, which is good in terms of turnout. And there are a lot of people who've lined up since the morning to go in and cast their vote. The voting process is scheduled to start, and of course this is important because this kind of turnout is something that many would expect. You can see long lines, queues. It's a very important election for Bangladesh.
Yes, of course. We are accessing democracy after long years, after 17 years, and the people love democracy, and Bangladeshi people fought in 1971 due to for democracy. When we want the democracy must be established in the country, and we love it. We want to exercise our voting right, and I think the country will go ahead with this exercise, and people will exercise their vote accordingly their choice.
And this is, there's been a lot of worry about some violence or all of that. Does that even cross your mind?
No worry at all. Don't worry. You see here, all the peace-loving people are giving line here. Nobody is going to violence. I think that will be very historical election in Bangladesh. Nobody will make any violence. Everybody will enjoy this situation. Everybody will exercise their voting right. We are enjoying all the situation you see here. The people are gathering here from the morning, and they are waiting for exercising their vote. So don't expect that there will be no violence at all.
All right, people are here with the expectation of accessing their right to vote. This is going to be an historic election, is what voters are telling us on NDTV. We'll try and get in a few more voices as more people arrive. There are people who are lining up here to come and cast their vote. I'll try and get a couple of young voters also to speak to me, and of course something, this is, we can ask, you're a young voter. Are you a first-time voter?
Yes, I am.
What does this election mean to you? For the rest of the world that's watching, this is perhaps one of the most important Bangladesh elections.
After the August Revolution, I feel like this is actually one of our only chances to actually start on the right path again. So hopefully this will lead to something is way better than it was before.
And one of the important things that a lot of people are, tend to forget also is that this is not just an election. There's also an important referendum, and that's kind of charting the future.
Yes, it is.
Have you read that referendum? What is your take on it?
I did not read it yet, unfortunately. Yeah.
But you're aware of what you're going to vote on?
Yes, I am.
All right. So a lot of young voters this time, also new voters, and we heard voices that have turned up here to vote. For Bangladesh, this is a historic election, and of course NDTV we'll keep bringing you all the latest from the ground here in Dhaka.
Thank you for taking us through the atmosphere this morning. But the narrative suggests the BNP is on course for victory, but that the Jamaat could deliver its best ever performance. On the ground, Saurabh, tell us, who's looking more organized?
Well, organization-wise, this is a hard-fought election, and both the BNP and the Jamaat have put in everything they have in this election. The BNP is the front runner, according to Bangladesh watchers. The Jamaat is likely to put up its best ever performance. And, this is something that obviously everyone who's watching this election has pointed out, that this is an election that there is a very tough contest. And also, this is an election without, what Bangladesh has seen for decades, the two women who led the two parties, Begum Khaleda Zia and, Sheikh Hasina, who was ousted from power in 2024. It's the first election in decades without these two ladies at the helm of their parties. Khaleda Zia, of course, as you know, Begum Khaleda Zia passed away. Sheikh Hasina had to leave the country. So, yes, it's a very important election. Both parties are organizing. If you look at the surge the Jamaat has had, it seems they've put in a lot of effort. But even then, the BNP still seems to be the front runner, as the BNP could have the floating votes shift towards it. And that's something that obviously observers, people who are aware, are also telling us.